So how does this knowing play out in the work that you are doing?
Yes, that is, thank you. Really. Because I listen to YouTube, you a lot, and on the topic of work and things like, you say lots of different things, and they're not always congruous.
Not on YouTube.
And I understand that. That's fine. I do. But I am at a point of really congealing the things that I do into a way to talk about it to people.
Well, isn't that a product of being predominantly in the receptive mode and feeling the impulse and then seeing the way it plays out? Isn't that just the way that it goes, or that it should go, or that it does go?
It's not taking away people's free will.
You can never do that?
No, I don't even want to. I think that's pretty solid in me. But for instance,
well, how could you possibly? How could you possibly?
Yeah.
So
yeah. But like I've heard you talk about the subconscious mind.
Could you guide someone? Could you get some cockamamie philosophy going, and could you guide someone? Could you mislead anyone?
Probably not. No.
Was it possible for you to be misled?
Not for long.
Didn't you feel the offness of it every time it happened?
Yes.
And wasn't there something within you that knew? And didn't it keep you searching? Didn't it keep you asking? And didn't the asking keep bringing more knowing?
Yes.
And won't it always?
Yes. Yes.
And so is there an ending to knowledge?
No. But I have to make a living. And I want to make a living, and I want to make a better living, and want to get more clarity about what words actually describe what I do. Not necessarily the words that other people use. I feel like there's some kind of permission that I need to give myself, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
So you accept yourself as an open valve or vortex through which impulses and knowledge flow, and good timing and good words.
Yes.
And in order for that to be happening in a moment, then the feeling that must be present within you is one of trust, openness, allowing, accepting, happiness, eagerness, interest, ease. So it's about not trying. We were sort of talking about all this just before.
Yes.
Don't you know how often you are open? And aren't you aware of how wonderful this knowing flows through you?
Yeah.
And don't you really have a very deep trust about that?
I do.
And don't you see manifestational evidence of that? And is it present in every moment? No. But do you know how to get back to it?
It's always important when it needs to be. I mean, it always happens when it's important for it to happen.
Because the importance causes the attention causes the focus, and because you've practiced it long enough, you know when it's there and when it's not there.
You're right.
You've been doing this since you were a very little girl.
Yeah.
You've been knowing the offness of that and the onness of that, and you've come to trust the thing that is most important to trust, and that is your connection.
Yeah.
That's your open valve. That's your channel to source energy.
Yes.
So now, anyone that you might be visiting with, as we are with you, anyone that you might be visiting with, do they also have a connection to that source energy?
Yes.
And mightn't they be open to it sometimes and not open to it other times?
Sure.
And in a moment that they're not that open to it, is your openness to it going to be beneficial to them? If any moment in time they're not open to their own conduit,
Yes.
is you being open to their conduit really helpful to them?
I guess not, no. I mean, I guess I think maybe if they notice and then it wakes them up or something, maybe, but it's not my doing.
But what if they're asking for something in a very strong way that they are not in a moment of allowing. Could you be an example or a catalyst of allowing?
Yes.
And do you think that if you received something on their behalf and spoke it to them, even if they have a little resistance,
Yes.
do you think that their resistance might give way just a little bit to their desire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because then they come back.
Haven't you experienced that on many occasions?
Yes.
So if you release your feeling of responsibility, this is the piece for you. If you will release your feeling of responsibility, that they will hear it right now from you. And instead, you will accept and trust your ability to hear it. And you will feel no dog in the fight, so to speak. No responsibility for whether they get it now or whether they don't. Just trusting that in time they will. And standing in that compassionate place where you know in time they will because they want it so much. Then this little tension that you develop over whether they're getting it or not will subside, and then you'll be wide open. Then more will flow. Then you'll feel better. And then you will be doing it for the real and only reason to be doing anything, for the thrill and for the flow and for the exhilaration, not for the result.
I was noticing that the joy had kind of subsided with it. That's why.
This is the thing that we want you to hear and everyone else to hear too. You are so wanting this red hot minute for the full manifest. So in this example, you can hear it, can't you? So someone's asking for something that they're not ready to hear. And she's open and hearing it and telling them what she's hearing, but they're still not hearing it. So can you feel that still there's value in her saying it, in her knowing it? And can you see how later they'll be perhaps more ready to hear it?
Yes, because that's happened to me.
But this is the piece that we want you to receive from this. We want it to not matter that they get it right now. And we want it to not matter that you don't see the path to your money right now. And we want it that you're not getting it right now on some subjects either. You're not getting it right now. We don't mean in this context of what we're offering. We're talking about a desire that you have, something that you're creating, a building, a house, a lifestyle, a relationship, a circumstance, an event, all of these things that you are in the process of creating. We want you to be accepting of how much you can get right now. That's what we were talking about earlier. Am I willing to allow myself to receive to my capacity to receive right now? Or am I going to be all balled up and clawing and fighting and demanding something that I'm not ready to receive? And the reason that this is such a good conversation to have on the heels of what we were talking about earlier is that no matter how clear you are and you are clear, no matter how clear we are and we are clear, we cannot conjure the receptive mode in another. We can only offer and offer and offer and offer and be steady in what we're offering, trusting and knowing that at some point in time they'll be in a place where they will be ready to receive. And that's the way the universe, that's the way your inner beings, that's the way we are all looking at the things that you are about. That's what we are knowing about the fortunes that you are seeking, or the breaks that you're looking for, or even the ideas about how you will make your living, or all the things on your list that you feel are not yet fulfilled. We want you to feel from this conversation that it's there for you, and we want you to not be mad at yourself or anyone else that you may not right now, this red hot minute, be in the receptive mode where you can see it all, because what you can see from where you are is enough. It's enough. And if you will let it be enough, then it will be more. But if you won't let it be enough, it can't be more. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
So how's it going? So far, so good. You getting everything you want? Steady flow, yeah. Are all the things you want manifesting? In perfect timing. Are you happy where you are? Exceptionally.
Yeah.
Is everything you want been satisfied? No, it never will be. Those things that I hear you talk about, is it parked in your garage yet? Is it sleeping in your bed yet? Is it in your bank account yet? Unfolding perfectly. Unfolding perfectly. That wasn't my question. They'll say, is the car in the garage? It's on the way to my garage. Oh, well then that doesn't count. No, it counts. It counts. It counts. It's being manufactured. The pieces are being put together. It's on a big truck with other beautiful cars like it. It's in another state. It's on the highway. It's headed toward my dealership. And so if you're satisfied with where you are, and we have said so many times, and eager for more, that's wonderful. If you are satisfied with where you are and anticipating more, now your receptors are open, and now the impulses will be received by you. And you all think that it's often about getting the car into the garage or getting yourself into the car where you're moving down the highway, having the manifestation of it. No, it's the receptive mode. 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 Everything that you want, whether it's a material object, a pile of money, a state of being, a relationship, a circumstance, a condition, everything that you want, no matter what it is, the reason you want it is because you believe that you will feel better in the having of it. We want you to feel better in the becoming of it. Does it feel not as good in the becoming of it? Because we've watched you get things and you're not that happy about them for that long. They only thrill you for just a little bit of time, and then you start yearning for something more. And so yearn, 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 get, yay, yearn, 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 again, get, yay, yearn, 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 get, yay, yearn, 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 get, yay.
Yeah.
And really what you intend is eager, happy, open, flowing, trusting, knowing, yay. You see what we're getting at? That's what you are presenting to us here. Something more?
No, I think I'm
Really
good.
good.